We're rolling.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
at least Al's rolling. I'm smoking. Yeah, got a pre-roll and one lit. So we're ready to go. Welcome to the show. It's Wednesday here in Vancouver. I'm Marijuana Man, and this is From Under the Influence. And from under the seed desk. We have two names for the show now, just for those who are keeping track. And joining me, as always, is Al the Alchemist, who has now lit the joint he was rolling.
Yep. A little bit of Puna Haze, number 11.
Puna Haze down at that end. On this end, it's Hindu Kush, and similarly in between is Kush Queen.
Hola, hola.
What are you smoking?
I'm smoking tuna.
Tuna.
Tuna kush.
Well,
My favorite.
we're doing all right for weed. We've got the Chronic Susan here in the middle,
Loaded with Hindu?
loaded up. Now, a lot of people might look at this and say, well, that's, half empty. It's not. It's not half empty at all. And should Snoop Dogg need any weed for his show to
We
put
got it.
on his desk, give us a call, because we got lots here.
Clearly.
Of course, we've got the array of jars,
Yes, we do.
and this cool bag that has come into our midst too, these new Ziploc bags.
These
Look
new
like a
Ziploc
mason
jars.
jar. Oh, you guys thought it was a real jar.
So cool.
Right? It's like a cartoon jar. Yeah, I don't know. Where did we get that? Somewhere in Chinatown.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Somewhere in China.
So, yeah, we're thrilled to be here. It's a beautiful day in Vancouver. It's been like summer here, or late spring, for a few days now. We're not knee-deep in snow like the rest of the country.
No, it's fucking
We sure
beautiful
are.
here, man. It's crazy.
And for those of you who are knee-deep in snow, you,
We feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I don't.
I'd say come to Vancouver. There's plenty of room, but there isn't anymore. I think
really
it's
isn't.
full. We're full now.
It's
Yeah.
getting pretty full.
Wow, there's a lot of people out there. So we got tons of friends and fans here in the house joining us today. We got what you guys, hip hop? Is that what you do?
Tribe Called Red is in the house.
Huh? A tribe called
Tribe
Redwood.
Called
It's not hip
Red.
hop though.
No.
It's
This is cultural vibe.
political rock.
No.
You
This is some serious cultural vibe, rhythm-driven DJ.
Coming
Very
up.
well known.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to say techno
Let's just say
because
that.
it's not techno.
They're a well-known group.
We got Bear and Buddha and Ian joining us from a tribe called Red. Straight out of Ottawa here. Going to be at Fortune Club tonight. Going to be all over the province, or a little this corner of it for the next few days for sure. Up in Whistler. Look for them up there. Where else?
Bellingham?
Oh, Bellingham. Down
Nice.
into the land of the legal weed.
And that's to make up for a show from in July, you said? Yeah. Cool. Right. So you're
Life.
making up for it.
Sometimes life
That's
gets in the way.
an amazing artist right there.
Yeah.
Dedicated to your fans.
Good on you guys.
Yeah. Awesome.
So we've been.
Imagine internationally you got a pretty good fan base. There's really, if you guys don't know, you should check them out just so you know, because then you'll know.
You
Al told ya.
You heard it here. Yeah, so lots of stuff going on in and around the world. We're in the throes still of getting 420 planned up. We're only a couple weeks away now from the big event. We nailed down the stage situation today and figured that all out.
Plywood?
Stage
How
and
exciting.
we're going to have a big video screen up on the hill and a good size stage with we're looking for beautiful sound this year too, so it's going to be some pretty high quality blasting we're going to be doing.
Nice.
and with like a little repeater tower maybe halfway through the site so that we can speakers will be in sync, so you'll be able to hear it right from the front to the back.
That's fucking.
Yeah. So
Now this
Yeah.
is like, this has gone from like
a guy with a
just
megaphone.
grassroots protest to a serious fucking festival. Like there's like tens of thousands of people that turn out to this event. Full on professional sound crew, stage crew. These guys do some of the major festivals in the Lower Mainland and the province, and
Yeah, Protex doing the
Yeah.
stages, and
so it's really amazing what you know, this kind of like cannabis community that everybody laughed at 20 years ago has been able to do without real professional training, just by doing it, you know.
no professional training at all.
Nope. Just, hey man, let's grow this thing and let's do it and let's do it and let's do it. And then every year it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
In
And
fact, they offered us professional training, and we protested against that. So,
you know, that's fucking awesome.
no, it is a real thrill to be involved with it. It has become a massive affair, although, I don't know, in our little meetings, it's just as cash as usual, you know. It's just kind of,
And
oh, yeah,
tell the
we'll do
day
that. Oh,
straight.
yeah,
What's
you want
amazing
12,000?
is that this like kind of infrastructure here could be implemented in any type of festival. You know what I mean? Like it's like, hey, let's do.
Well,
it's just amazing.
We
So
do get complimented each year, actually, by the
it's
crews
fucking
that
world
come on.
class. It seriously is. It's
They,
world class.
they tell us
Well
that
organized.
we have the best run festival that any of them ever attend, and the most laid back, and it runs on
And
time. We
schedule.
fucking
Like,
know.
just boom, boom, boom.
I got a clock behind stage, and click, we're ready to go. It's been like that, and then somebody doesn't show up, and then it all comes back into time just on its own somehow. And it's been a really fun and beautiful affair. So, pretty excited to be part of it. We'll see how many people. It's going to be big down there at Sunset Beach, so if you can make it to Vancouver, come on down. It's going to be a
If you're
big
planning
day.
a vacation, you know,
The
that's
weather-
time.
This is gonna be
Weather
the
should be good.
420 to be at. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
And we got a
If you
pre
haven't made it out yet, and you've been contemplating, this is the one.
and we got a
Calm
pre 420
down.
celebration happening April 17th at Fortune Sound
Yes.
Club, the West Coast Smokers Bowl, and it's just a friendly judging competition of some of the dankest weed in BC, and we've got Snoop Dogg coming out to do a DJ set, full 2-hour DJ set. There's a VIP lounge set up. Van City Extracts are going to be on site doing what they do, giving away freebies and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be an exciting event. Fortune Sound Club. You can get your tickets at any of the Eden locations or www.fortunesoundclub.com.
April 17.
Yep.
Mark that on your calendar.
So we're gonna offer
420
Snoop. We're gonna
celebration.
offer Snoop some weed for his show. I'm gonna buy him.
Yeah, a little chronic
A little
Susan.
Chronic Susan to spin the nuggets on.
Everyone should have one. I've got one at home that's
Yeah.
got this much weed on it too. Like
Where
hey,
can we let them know to find it?
the weed?
No.
Call 1-800. Get
No, this
stoned.
beautiful glass little spin aroundy.
Well, you
Chronic
know,
Susan, man.
oddly enough, when I went to find this little thing today, there's a note under here, actually pinned on the plate that says "Don't use it."
Oh,
So I
everyone's
set
all about breaking the rules.
Carly. Where did Carly come in?
Oh, she left already.
I set fire to that little note, and then no shit, and then covered it.
said,
with
"Don't use
weed."
it for weed?
Covered it with weed. I love it.
So maybe at the end of the show we'll show you the note. So yeah, thanks everybody who's tuned in today and tuned out, as well as everybody in the chat who are not paying attention to the show at all, who are living.
Yeah, what are you guys talking about?
Who are
What are
living
the
their
guys
own
that aren't
lives.
paying attention to the show talking about today? Are they fighting about
We can't see the chat
like
today.
potatoes and Barbie dolls
yeah,
and shit?
most likely.
They fight about weird shit, man. It's fucked.
What? we're happy. We're happy that.
A photon accelerator would totally fucking beat a laser beam.
Well, we're happy that you're all here. However you made it to the show.
Yeah, I love it.
So the title of today's show is that we're rolling with Panama Papers today. Eh? Thank God, few wasn't on the list. I'm not on the list. The Panama Papers, you've heard of that?
Yeah.
Well, while you light the joint, let me just bring our viewers up to speed on what the Panama Papers are.
Yeah, what's going on with these?
Kush Queen.
I totally didn't get any of
Please do.
the script.
You don't
So-
get the joke.
or the
My
rewrites.
my email account's been down for a while. So.
No, somebody
Script.
somebody out there in the world unearthed the records of some bank in Panama where all the world's richest people are hiding all their money.
Wow.
Offshore account type, law firm. So
Who said that?
Pete said
Just
that
kidding.
really fast. It's a law firm.
That's right. Pete's telling us how it is.
So yeah, Pete 2.0's in the house
And it's been a while.
with an
Where have you
attitude.
been
right?
hiding?
He's got an antivirus thing going on. Yeah, the Panama Papers. So, like I say, thank God I wasn't on the list. Kush Queen. Huh?
Was I on the list?
Offshore accounts? I don't know.
What?
You missed your cue.
I told you I didn't get the script.
Me
Columbia.
neither, but I knew that
You
that
keep
was your
putting
cue.
me on
Well,
the
it's
spot.
it's going to be like that today. They
It
didn't-
will be like I totally don't have the script either. It's like
I'm just going with the flow. rolling
I'm not
with
even
the
doing that.
homies, You know.
So on today's show, you can just fill in your own jokes.
yeah. I
When
got
they-
some from like 3 years ago.
When they go silent, that's your chance to fill in your own.
That
joke.
damn Harper.
Not the people here in the room.
That was one of the jokes from 3 years
Insert
ago.
appropriate comment here.
We got an app for that.
Yeah.
Wait, where's my thing? Hang on.
So I do want to remind you too to
Hang
check
on,
us
I'm
out.
getting the app. I'm getting the app ready.
Yes,
Okay.
the App Store.
All right, we're good.
So want to remind you to do check us out online at Vancouver Seed Bank. Check out all your seed growing needs. We're here in the store 7 days a week
Seed
too
growing
at
needs. I like
307 West Hastings, in the back of Mark Emery's Cannabis Culture Headquarters, who also have everything you need but the weed
Yep.
at this point.
But you could buy seeds in the
So
back,
you can
so
buy seeds, and then
Yeah.
6 months later, you'll have your own weed.
and then you can come back and be like, I got weed, and now I'm in a store that has everything but weed, and it's like you just complete
So
the whole scene.
It's a delicious cycle, if
Yeah.
you will.
Delicious like
Right? Just goes around and around.
What does the app say? What does the app say? Hang on.
And now the app says it's 4:20.
The app says, boy, is that sun bright.
Huh.
I don't know how that pertains, but
You can interpret that any way you want.
gotta say it.
that's
well.
what's happening there.
Out there in the marijuana world, lots of stuff going on. Here is some very good news around marijuana today. Some of the best news about marijuana I heard today is that Miley Cyrus has quit smoking weed.
What?
Isn't that the best news for marijuana you ever heard?
I don't know, man.
No,
Not
she
really. Anything to do with Miley Cyrus is very shitty.
She moving to
No.
cocaine, or
she's Miley has vowed to change her lifestyle for her fiance Liam Hemsworth. Aye. And now she's given up smoking weed for over 2 months.
I give her 4 more months
Right.
before she gets pissed off and says, "Fuck that, Liam."
No, the
Fuck you, Liam. I'm gonna smoke a joint.
really the report claimed that Liam warned Miley not to cut out smoking pot, or else he would end the relationship. Right?
To not?
Liam, with your ultimatums, how do you expect that to ever last with those ultimatums?
Really? And
Come on, Liam.
and really.
She was smoking weed when you fell in love with her, Liam.
She's also says she stopped using marijuana to expand her career and focus on her upcoming performance with Woody Allen.
With
Yeah, with Woody Allen.
Woody Allen.
Yeah, if you want to be sharp, a young girl
You
around
want to
Woody
be
would
sharp if
Allen.
you're fucking working with Woody Allen. Okay,
You go, okay.
I would probably quit smoking weed for a while if I had to
Yeah.
work with Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, something.
Now, she couldn't possibly be happier, a source said. A source. But it's all Liam's doing.
A weed
Like, how
source.
fucking controlling is that bullshit? You could do that, Liam, with a, you shouldn't do it with anyone, but you could
No.
do it with somebody who isn't a fucking millionaire.
What's with the
They can leave you in a
ultimatums, Liam?
heartbeat.
Like, seriously,
Ultimatums,
what is with
Liam.
the ultimatums, bro?
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck?
This isn't the Hunger Games.
Man. Jeez.
You watch that show?
Kind of disappointed, Liam.
To what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
He knows what's happening in pop
Sure.
culture.
Now, the source said that Miley's goal is to be
The
TH
source.
free.
TH.
Boo.
Yeah, and it's a good thing.
Nah, that's not a good thing.
Okay. What a bunch of horse shit, eh?
I'm not happy with
I was this
I
nonsense.
stopped listening as soon as you said Miley Cyrus, so
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
You lost me at
You
Miley.
totally lost me at Miley. I was like, anyways.
Well, it was just an example of how lame this fucking world is that anyone would give a shit about these two people in any respect, let alone talk about it in such casual terms. I felt very embarrassed to even read that. And to think of the people who are glitzy and glamour out there in the TV world, fucking this is their whole life, talking about other people like this. Oh my God.
Next, you're going to tell her she can't swear.
Yeah, next I'm going to tell her, I don't
You're
care.
like, you know what, Miley?
Ultimatum, Liam.
I'm really glad that you quit smoking weed for me and stuff, but like,
Yeah.
if you keep swearing, I'm going to leave you. Fuck
Yeah.
off, Liam.
I've certainly been in relationships in my life where the woman didn't smoke much or not, and that didn't last.
It never does.
No, it
never
couldn't. And I
does.
swore that would
I just
never
think
be the
people
case
should-
again.
You know, quit for their own reasons, not for somebody
Totally.
else's.
Oh my God.
Should only
And-
ever do
There's
anything
nothing wrong
for
with
your
like,
own
you know, saying, "Hey, I'm
reasons.
not going to smoke weed, or I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to do that, or I'm going to change the way I do this, or I want to do this better." It's like there's nothing wrong with that, but try to do it on your own accord, not on somebody else's.
Yeah, don't approach people in a way that you think that you can change them, because you cannot. You cannot even change your fucking self, idiot.
And you know, Liam, you should never impose on somebody's will.
Yes.
Just saying.
So, and don't keep writing about this shit.
Next on
Who
TMZ.
cares? Like, really?
Shit, though, it's true. Like,
Really?
really, no one cares. We talk about some fucking like.
Oh no, I really
shit.
cared.
No,
No, that,
let's
to me,
go
that was
over
very
this
important.
story in
Oh,
more depth.
Not at all for me.
No, let's
Oh, it
talk
was-
about
Like-
this more.
It was a message that.
Oh, he's scrolling back.
Well,
up
no,
to
it
the
was
story.
the
Yeah, there
the
you go.
underlying message that we're trying to get to the youth. Like, don't let somebody else control you if you really enjoy what you're doing. You know, that's the underlying message. It has nothing to do with Miley Cyrus or Liam. You know, it's about being controlled for love. That's the message
Was I
there.
supposed to believe that?
Who is this guy, Steve Harvey? Welcome to the show. We can fix your relationships.
Yeah.
Anybody in the chat
No, I
having
was like
problems?
that came from Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it
I
sounded
got that
very
from
Dr.
Phil.
Phil.
I
Yeah,
got that
it
from
did.
Phil, man.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil.
Phil
could-
and Drew actually, they emailed that to me just before the show. Said, "Hey, could you just slip this ideology in?"
Dr. Phil couldn't
So I'll
even
find a
keep
way, bro.
his own hair.
Bros, I said.
Right?
Where'd it go?
What kind of doctor is he?
Actually, he sold that for his career.
his hair died.
No, he
on
sold it.
his
He
own
sold
head.
it. He was like, it was a pledge. He had like just the most fantastic hair, but he had no career, and he made a deal. I'm not going
Made
to say
a
with
deal
who.
with the barber. Went down to the crossroads.
Yeah, he went
and
down to
made
the
a
crossroads
deal
and
with
made a deal with the
barber.
barber. Barber says, "I'll get you to where you want to go, son. But you got to give up that golden hair. You got to give up that beautiful pompadour. That's a pompadour somebody could ride like a wave. Put a surfboard in that pompadour, son. I'm taking it, and you're going to get a career. And then Dr. Phil got a career.
Wow.
Yeah.
True story.
It is.
Yeah.
You heard from Al.
So he's more than a patient. Speaking of patients, and here's a story out of Australia. Not so funny necessarily, but here's a
The
guy.
segue was.
53-year-old guy had some very rare form of spinal cancer, which they had to remove a whole bunch of his fucking body and his spine. And then after that, they didn't even expect him to survive, but he did. But they had him so fucked up on meds that he couldn't think straight. And when he finally realized he couldn't even accomplish taking his kid to school, he went cold turkey off all this shit and now has reversed his life completely with cannabis.
Nice.
He edibles, he juices the leaves, he swears by it. His
Fucking A.
quality of life, he said, has become, what did he say? He said that it took 2 months for the haze to clear from the meds, but his life has completely turned around. He uses cannabis oil and fresh leaves in his smoothies. Right, the quality of life he has now compared to what it was 2 years ago is absolutely unbelievable. Now, he said there is a cure for cancer right here. He says, why is the world not jumping up and down and embracing it? He said that he can't comprehend it. He said there is a cure and our government is ignoring it.
It's true. In a lot of cases, it'll reverse that cellular mutation, and in more cases than that, it'll stop that mutation, like dead in its tracks.
Now, I was glad to see this story because I firmly agree with that the cancer research people in the world are not embracing this. They
No,
are
it's
actually
crazy, man. There's like
warning
there's-
us against it.
there's so many different things a person can do, like taking cannabis, and then there's all sorts of like natural adaptogenic herbs and stuff that you could take to increase your body's ability to fight those cellular mutations, right? Like chaga mushroom's one of them, cordyceps is one of them, pine pollen. All of these things they feed the body in a different way, and
Now, virtually all of the anecdotal evidence out there about marijuana and cancer has been positive.
fucking
Isn't it?
rights.
Right? So you would think that governments and health officials around the world would go, hey, maybe there's something here. Maybe we should look at it, and why don't we tell the people of the world, hey, we're going to keep looking for a cure for cancer for you. We're not going to just pick and choose here what, right?
You pair any of those natural remedies with cannabis, and they increase. It's amazing. Like, so it's time that people really just start learning diet, start learning the power of even household spices like black
Totally.
pepper, turmeric, and cinnamon. When you pair those, they work together in a synergy. Like turmeric is a great anti-inflammatory, but when you pair it with black pepper, it increases its efficacy on your body like 1,000-fold. And that's an actual, like, it really does that. When you add cinnamon, I can't remember what the increase is, but there's another increase to that. When you put that in a base of coconut oil.
Well, you add
it's
cinnamon, it just becomes cuter.
Well, it becomes cuter as well. It's like,
Quite a bit cuter.
yeah, it's like,
No,
you want to cuddle with it for a little while.
The earth provides.
It really
right?
does,
There's
and it
nothing
always
that-
has.
Nothing that humans have come up with that isn't on Earth. Like, really, I don't know.
Oh, when I was doing class in session, somebody came up to me from Haida Gwaii, and they were telling me about this remedy that people were doing with blackberry, kelp, and sea foam. And they were taking sea foam, or like seawater, and then whipping it into like a crazy foam, harvesting that foam, and then mashing it with blackberries and kelp, and using that as as an anti-carcinogenic remedy. It was curing people's cancer. So the earth always provides, man.
But we should be lobbying our governments harder to look into this deeper and channel some money towards some research on it before, I don't know, we spend all our money at the Cancer Society.
Wow.
Nah, stop ripping us off because of our health. You fucks. Like
The whole
really?
research thing is a controlled.
Like it's not even it's just so evident now. Like if you watch television, you can see it right in front of your eyes. There will be a commercial where they're suing. Here's the thing.
Let's advertise a drug and then let's advertise a commercial to sue for
The
that drug.
antidepressants that they're giving all of these
Greedy.
people are giving them diabetes for some reason.
Yeah.
Right? The meds are giving the fucking people diabetes. Right? And it just goes, and now they're offering you relief from the diabetes with this thing. And it just is this, you can see it right there at 8 o'clock at night. It's fucking brutal what they put people through.
Yeah, it's amazing when you watch TV from 8:30 till roughly 1 or 1:30 p.m. It's nothing but those commercials, and then in the afternoon it changes, and then again in the evening it starts,
Yeah.
and it's all target marketing. They know their demographic. They know when they're home. They know when they're watching TV.
Yeah, it's all a fucking scam.
It's crazy.
Here's the thing now that the DEA plans. Here's what it says: the DEA plans to decide whether to reschedule marijuana by mid-year.
Oh, we're gonna plan to decide
they
that.
plan to decide whether or not they're going to reschedule marijuana in the
What
mid-year.
is, how undecisive is that statement?
Well, it goes on to clear it up by saying the agency gave no clue whether it will remove pot from its Schedule 1 category of dangerous drugs. To clear that headline up for you. Eh?
Wow.
But the DEA plans to decide whether marijuana should be reclassified under federal law in the first half of 2016. Which is like now. They just announced this here in the first half of 2016. We're going to tell you something in the first half
Well,
of
that
2016.
doesn't say they're gonna decide. It says they plan to decide.
Yeah.
So they're gonna start planning to decide in the first half, and then in the
First
second
half,
half
that's
they're gonna
right.
maybe decide.
But
And then maybe
And
by
then,
2017
yeah.
we'll get a decision.
But they're not having to do it alone, luckily enough. They're going to get some help from the Food and Drug Administration.
Of course they are.
They've completed a review of the medical evidence surrounding the safety and effectiveness of marijuana. The document didn't reveal what they recommend. They have no recommendation whatsoever around
They do,
whether
but they can't
or
tell
not.
anybody.
Well, they
Yeah,
don't.
We can't say.
They don't know whether the DEA should plan to decide. Is what it is.
Sure.
Is
Oh,
it-
got
look
chat.
at that. We have a chat.
well, that's not our chat, though. It's not the
Yeah, it
chat
is.
from our show.
Could we have chat from a different show?
Yeah, from Snoop's show. Let's get Snoop's.
It'd be cool to get
up
chat from a different show. Just to compare chats, just to have both of them running to see. And then we can, maybe introduce them to each other or something.
Hi, chat. How's it
I
going?
like that. Eh? Can we
Who's in
combine
the
two different
chat?
shows, chats?
Jay
so they
Hendricks
could
in the chat.
Get to know
Robert
each other.
Calvert's in the chat. David Freeman. Tim Smith.
I can't see that far.
Professor Weed.
Yeah.
My eyes are way too blurry.
I know. I'm like
We got a match.
Brad Richardson. Cool.
Well,
What's
Hi,
happening,
everyone.
everybody? How's it going?
Good of you all to tune in. Oh, there's
BR.
down
BR. Yo,
Cali
what's up,
way.
BR?
People are in from
No,
all
I don't
over the
know
place. Right? We should find out where they're all from.
Where are you guys from?
quick.
Chat, I
Okay,
think.
well, we've got
I think,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, they're from the screen.
Oh, they can't even hear me.
The
It's
screen
all
people.
typing.
Yes. If you don't type, they don't know.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Right? Huh? Well, nobody's from anywhere. I've been there.
They're like, none of your
Hi,
fucking
28
business,
dabs
man.
later.
Nice.
Hi.
Now they know we're talking about them. So, here's the thing about the war on drugs. There's Millhaven Federal Penitentiary here in Canada, down Kingston Way. Millhaven, the heroin and marijuana was seized inside the prison. Correctional officers at the maximum security institution intercepted an inmate who was attempting to bring contraband into the institution. The seizure is the result of combined efforts of correction officers, the detector dog team, and security intelligence officers. Really? It was all the dog. The dog did it all.
Yeah.
Eh? And the rest of those fat clowns stood around and went, what's the dog pointing at? Now, they pass it off like that, but when you look at it, it was an inmate who was attempting to bring contraband into the institution. He probably wasn't an inmate yet. He was probably being brought in, and he had it on him. And when they strip searched him, they found it. Combined efforts of 3 departments came together to...
They just all happened to be in the room fucking talking about poker or something.
Now, the contraband seized included 6 grams of heroin and 15 grams of pot. The total institutional value is estimated at $7,000. What the hell is that? Institutional value.
Oh, shit's worth way more inside, man.
Prison value?
More in there, man.
It's worth 38,000 cigarettes. The
And a bag
institutional
of
value.
tacos.
Police have been notified, and the institution is investigating. All right? They're using... How fucking lame, eh? There's a telephone tip line. If you want to call and say there's a guy coming in with heroin and marijuana.
Don't they know that a stoned range is a quiet range? That's a good range. It's a happy range. Everybody's fucking getting along. It's...
Oh, if they only knew.
What the fuck? They do.
Eh?
They do, and that's how they fucking stir shit up so that they can get more guards and more manpower and more fucking money for this, and then they don't spend it on any of that. Fuck.
No,
It's all just bullshit.
the federal institution they're more than happy to receive additional information about activities relating to the prison security.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Kush Queen, when you start talking about prison, eh? Sorry, I forgot about that, eh? But you can't keep, well, they can keep it out of the prison. But they make a story out of that, right? Useless.
I want to know what happens if somebody is federally prescribed cannabis now and they have to do a federal bit. Like, do they not get weed
I'll
anymore?
bet they get it.
You think? Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wonder.
They're pretty fair when it comes to stuff.
But
like that.
there's no smoking in federal penitentiaries.
Oh, they'd set aside a little room for you. There'd be an institutional room. That
I
they could
wonder.
Put
I
you
wonder.
In. Yeah.
In the broom closet.
When I was in lockup, when we were in lockup in North Fraser pre-trial, the second day, the place smelled like weed as soon as we woke up in the morning. And they all blamed me. Oh, you were smoking weed. I'm going, no, it wasn't me actually, but some new guy who managed to get past the strip search and
Holding out on his marijuana,
all
man.
this other shit. Yeah, One other time we were in lockup down here in Main Street too, and a guy pulls out he had crack and a fucking lighter, and he brought that all in. We couldn't get a fucking roach in with us, for God's sakes. I'm not sure, but yeah, you can't keep drugs out of the prison, let alone out of off the streets. But
That's crazy. Smoking crack in your cell. That's just got to be
yeah, this guy.
the most heightened paranoid state ever.
We helped him fashion a pipe and shit, and everybody kind of. But he had a really nice big hoot and exhaled that into the room, and just as he did, the guard actually came into the room. He had to fucking smell it. Never said a thing. I said to my buddy that we were busted for
Smells
weed.
like crack in here.
Yeah, I said to my buddy, if we'd been smoking a joint, holy fuck, they'd still be beating on us here.
Yeah, the guard's like, all right, as long as it's crack.
Yeah.
As long as I brought it in.
Yeah. He smell it. He's like, yeah, I got a cut out of that one. It's crack.
As long as I brought it in.
And thus ends our prison stories.
That's that.
So here's a good thing that's going on in California. A pro-cannabis group is suing the city in which they live. Don't remember which city. Filed a lawsuit against the city over its recent and enacted ban on all marijuana cultivation within the city limits. And that's good news. Antioch City is the name in Southern California. But that's a good thing that they're suing the city for these kinds of things.
That is a good thing.
Right? These cities across the land now, when marijuana is becoming legalized or medicinal marijuana is being legalized, they're banning it out of existence, these stupid city councilors. Right? Now, it's a good thing that they're being sued over that. And they're being sued over a constitutional challenge in some... argue the law constitutes an unconstitutional intrusion. And you know how painful that can be.
That
Oh,
can
so
be.
painful.
I've had
Depending where the intrusion occurs.
Don't be so intrusive. So, yeah, that's pretty cool, I think. And I hope that they win that case. And the judge sees
For
that
sure.
that is fucking against your constitutional rights.
Big things just
And-
happened in Germany as far as allowing people to grow cannabis for medical purposes.
Really?
Yep.
Where's this Germany you speak of?
I don't know. I thought it was an imaginary place at first, but apparently it's a real
It's
a
not
real land.
imaginary, it's Germany.
It's a real land. Yeah.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's happening around the world. Colombia, too. They've legalized medical marijuana.
Well, I just know how
Mexico.
like, you know when you think of like German manufacturing, German engineering and stuff, think of what German cannabis is going to be like.
51.
I'm really looking forward to this. Really looking forward to this. I think they're gonna set a new world standard in cannabis quality.
Yes. It'll be $51,000 an ounce. German.
Wow.
German made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
German made.
Eh?
We
German
got
technology.
that Mercedes Kush.
Yeah. It'll be so expensive they won't even advertise it. Right. Yeah. Cool. No, it's happening around the world.
It
As I
is.
look out on the Google News to desperately find stories for this show. It's
happening
It's
everywhere.
happening everywhere. And of course, the idiots who are in charge of everywhere are fucking nuts over it. They're going crazy.
Yeah.
They don't have a fucking clue what to do or how to do it or which way to turn. So it's interesting, but it is happening all over the world, really. In every country, everywhere, they're all talking about legalizing marijuana. So it is coming to a head here pretty soon, I would
Yeah.
have to think. So God knows what's
No,
going to happen here in
it's a
Canada.
good thing.
But we'll ride with the wave. We've got to
always
more
do.
importantly overcome these pinheads here at City Hall in Vancouver. They're going to cause us more damage than the federal government is. That's for
They
sure.
already have.
So it's just about time to storm City Hall and
fucking rights.
change that, I think. Like, this is bullshit that they won't allow these dispensaries. Who the fuck is Vancouver City Council to say whether or not we should break federal law? Like, really? They're giving out licenses to break federal law. Why doesn't anybody reckon with that notion? How the fuck can they do that? And why can't somebody sue them, just like they're doing in Southern
I've been working
California?
at a dispensary for over 7 years now.
Yeah.
And I've never had a problem. And now that they've regulated it, now I have to close my doors. It's a fucking joke.
It is
Yeah.
kind of it's
That's
No,
what it
it's-
is. It's
it's-
bullshit. Absolutely.
Right after 420, we need to go to City Hall, have a little meeting. Maybe the 50,000 of us who attend 420 should go and have a meeting.
Oh, yeah, all of us.
No, it's nonsense, and we shouldn't have to put up with it. These people are not qualified or trusted enough to make any wise decision over it at all. So I don't want to play along with their stupid shit. Now, here's another thing. There were, in the States, 2 senators held a hearing of the Senate caucus on international narcotics to determine if the Justice Department is neglecting its duty to enforce federal marijuana laws in the United States. Only anti-pot activists and those opposed to legalization were invited to testify. Now, this was put together by a guy named Chuck Grassley, oddly enough, and Dianne Feinstein, who maybe
the team of
one is
Feinstein and Grassley.
yeah, one is a Republican, one's a Democrat, but they may be on the opposite sides of the political aisle, but they're on the same page when it comes to opposing marijuana legalization. And they are the co-chairs of the Senate caucus. And I looked these people up. Both of them, Chuck Grassley and Dianne Feinstein, both of them are 82 years old.
What? And they have a valid
Not
opinion
combined. They're not
on-
42.
Not
They're not
combined.
41 years old each. They're fucking 82.
Well, it's not that it's when you're dealing with current situations. A lot of times the older ideology doesn't quite fit in the way the social structure has grown, and to leave decisions like that in the hands of people who might not necessarily be up to date socially.
or nearly
Because
alive.
the needs of society change. Like every 10 to 20 years, the needs of society changes because of the way they sculpt the generations. Right? Every generation they sculpt in a different way. This changes roughly every 10 to 15 years. It's like they'll train some generations to be leaders. They'll train some generations to be workers. They'll train some generations to be artists. And in the career of somebody who's 82, that ideology has changed, perhaps four times from where they started.
Ever.
And that's it's hard to say if they would be up to date on what society has grown to need.
In every business in the world, when you're 65, they kick you out. 65, they kick you out. Right? They don't want you anymore. Now, whether or not there's a valid reason for that, I don't know. But
I think it's
what,
think it's for
another
the most part,
fucking
it's-
20
Really,
years?
don't you
Come
go.
on. No. It's okay. Like, I appreciate elders
Oh no,
and what they might have to offer.
Some of the
But-
most valuable knowledge I've gained in my life were from my elders, for sure. Like from my seniors, my aunts, my uncles, the people I've met in life, my grandparents, my friends' grandparents. There's no doubt about it.
My grandparents.
And when you're dealing with moral advice, the old world has some very, very valuable moral advice. But when we're dealing with social decisions, like I said, these ideologies change so often that a lot of times the moral advice might not necessarily apply to the social structure at the time. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I thought for sure.
Oh no, that was all I'm saying.
For
Like, dude,
sure that
that's-
you were going to say something.
No,
else.
that's why I ended that with that's all I'm saying. That was
Well,
done.
You heard it here first. I didn't, but
You didn't hear any of that?
no.
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 Neither
I'll-
did
You'll
I.
have to rewatch the show.
I'll
later
hear it
and you'll get
tomorrow when
all.
I watch
Yeah.
What the
the
fuck
show.
was I just saying?
Yeah.
So what else? What else you got?
Nothing really. That was it. That was actually lifted from a show we did 3 years ago.
I forgot to mention that Alyssa's over there. Yeah.
Oh.
And
Oh
now
yeah.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on?
Alyssa's flipping the switch and pushing the buttons today. We
Where's
appreciate
Jer?
that. Jer's running around somewhere.
Jer's doing stuff. Jer's
Yeah.
hot
An
knifing.
appointment.
Jer's like, fuck this quartz bucket shit, I'm hot knifing. He's in the office hot knifing roaches for maximum effect.
Yeah, maybe we'll start a new segment on the show called "That's All I Got."
That's all I got.
Yeah,
I
that's-
like that.
Cool. What do you guys got? Because that was all I got.
That's all I got.
I'm at 11 months, no cigarettes.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking stoked.
That's
Wow.
pretty fucking good, man.
Yeah, cold turkey too.
Right on.
Just no more.
Just like a John Lennon song.
I know.
Why do you have to eat cold turkey? Is that
Huh?
part of quitting
Well, it,
smoking?
it helps
You
you.
have a
It
cold
helps you
turkey
kick.
around-
It helps you kick hardcore habits. Cold turkey.
Yeah.
It's like you have a big cold turkey sandwich
Yeah.
once
That's
a
how I
day.
do it every day. Mhm.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
No cravings. No,
No
Jones.
cravings. Yeah.
It's all cold turkey,
Right.
man.
So you can easily see we got nothing else.
I totally got nothing.
Let's be real though. Like too many people who know absolutely nothing about marijuana and don't give a shit about marijuana have too much power over marijuana.
It's
It
true.
really fucking bothers me.
Oh yeah, people who don't know anything about it
Well,
or
it's-
have never
it's-
tried
What
it.
can you do?
It's like this. The ideology's slowly going to change. The younger generation eventually will be in those positions in life where they're going to be able to make, positive changes within the cannabis advancements. And yeah, whatever, it might be 10 years, it might be 20 years before those people are in their senior positions in life, but it'll happen.
Yeah, and that's going to be what our message will be at 420. Is
Train the
that,
youth, train the youth, train the youth, teach the youth to train the youth, and eventually the ideology will change.
Put the youth on a train. I like that. Right? That'd make it a lot easier. There seems to be a lot of concern over the dangers to the youth around marijuana. So if we could move,
Put them
the
on a
youth-
train, full of bongs, tons of weed. I think that's a
whatever,
great
I don't
idea.
care. Just put them all on a train. That'd be excellent. No, New Brunswick would be a good place to send them. I think.
I think New Brunswick to Vancouver, like New Brunswick to BC.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no! Send the teens to the east.
Okay.
So I'm going to work on that.
There we go.
You never hear anything about New Brunswick, eh? There's something fucking weird going on in that place.
They got it going on there.
Right?
They don't talk
There's
about it.
Something weird going on.
That's where Canada's got it figured out, and they just decided to shut up.
They don't even say what the weather's going to be like.
No, you can't
Weird.
even get
It's just
can't
a
even get
hole.
current up to date info. It's all stuff from the 1800s.
Whatever happened to Brunswick? Why is there a New Brunswick?
Oh, Brunswick
Eh?
fell
That's
apart.
the secret that they have.
No,
That's
Brunswick.
where
Brunswick
is.
fell right apart.
Did it?
Oh yeah, it was a
Oh.
pizza place. They went under, and the owners.
Little Brunswicks.
No, that was the other one.
One on the north end. Well, more evidence of we've run out of material.
Yeah, we got nothing. That's what happens when you come to the show with nothing. It's like that's it.
So let's just spin the weed.
That's all we
watch
got is
that.
just
We'll
weed.
just let's
Weed on a-
watch
on a-
this for the next
On a
6
Stony
minutes.
Susan. What is that?
Stony Susan. So yeah, this is the only week that Kush Queen will be able to get to her frickin' parking on time.
Yeah.
So
Well, they need it.
we'll get out of here.
Hey,
now.
what about Star Wars? Didn't you have a whole Star Wars bit planned?
Oh yeah, but none of the fucking costumes showed up.
So?
Huh?
So?
I
Ne-
even wore my
next
hair
week.
like.
Wow, you did. She didn't even wear hair like Princess Leia in the movie. You couldn't actually tell who she was.
No, that hairdo came way later,
It's
which is
kind of
really
scary. There's Jody Emery. Jody's got.
Jody!
Hey, what?
You have
What do you?
time filler.
Yeah, you must have something to say.
We've run out of stuff.
Wicked.
Where's your joints?
Yeah, we got nothing, Jody.
Where's your joints?
We've been waiting for you like
Where's
for
the joints?
25 minutes,
Joints of you.
hoping.
Oh, those are cool. Okay, I'll come back with a little.
Jody's got something. Okay, well, while
great.
she's gone, we're going to close the show.
Yeah, we're gonna just shut her down
We've
for a
got no
while.
time for this. No, she does have something pretty cool. The
Dana, dana, dana. That's all I got. No, I got more, but I'm
this
holding
is
back.
the coolest shit.
So when I was in Ottawa at the Liberal Senate Forum on marijuana legalization, that's what it's called, somebody tagged me in a photo on Instagram and said, Jody, can you please come down to the Cannabis Emporium shop and check this out? It's a little joint of me. It's me as a joint with my hands on my hips, lecturing you about why we need to end prohibition. But let me just get it. Is there a camera?
Right.
Zoom in. Okay.
Yeah.
Dropping
So
dabbers.
this is by Cody Van Gogh. CodyVanGoh. He also rolled this Hello Kitty, which is super cute. He's also rolled like a three-headed dragon with these big dab eyes. So you can find him online.
That's
If you
cool.
go and look, he's on Instagram, Cody Van Gogh. Or if you go to Jody Emery on Instagram, I've posted a photo of it. So the Jody Emery joint is 4.9 grams. That's kind of small, I think. No, it's made with smoking corn, smoking licorice. Those are the brands of paper. And at the bottom of the joint, there's a little J-E. If you hold that up, it spells J-E in the bottom. He used the papers to curl a J and an E, like at the tip. Like if you go in the tip, you know, you look down there. Yeah, down in the I know. So that's 4.9 grams of Jack Herrera. And the comment said, "Thank you for visiting the store. I really appreciate all you do for pop culture." So
That's
this
awesome.
was at the Cannabis Emporium in Ottawa. These guys are activists. It's a wicked head shop. They shut it down and we smoked it out, which is pretty wild. And I floated back past to the Parliament into my hotel and then came home. So that's awesome, Cody Van Gogh, and that's a pretty fun little thing to have, seeing yourself as a joint. And another funny story, I'm at CTV. I was doing a lot of interviews. And I had my phone out with the photo. I hadn't yet seen it in person. And there it is. And I'm getting my makeup done in the makeup room, and there's a blonde lady waiting to go on the news, too. And I was like, hey, so check out this joint. Your Ottawa stoners are pretty creative, you know? And I was laughing and showing it off. And then I find out a moment later that the blonde lady was Lisa Raitt, who is a former Conservative Party cabinet minister. And I thought, this is pretty hilarious. See, here I am laughing away, showing her a joint made of me. So there you go. So that's pretty funny. There's your time filler. Is that, what do you got, 30 seconds left? Huh?
That's it.
Right at 5.
left.
I tell you, my timing is perfect.
Beautiful.
Good, Jody.
Peace, guys.
Awesome.
Yay, Jody.
Wow, that was.
There she is, laying in her pile of weed,
Pile of weed,
like the
that's
goddess
right.
that she is. You got to get a picture of that. That is so wicked.
That is wild.
Yeah, we should have had her on way earlier. And I'd like to point out to the viewers that if we had not stretched it as long as we did, we would not have enjoyed this
This moment.
wonderful feature.
That's right.
So yeah, thanks, Jody. Yeah, and Cody, is that his name?
Cody Van
Cody Van
Pretty
Gogh.
fucking cool. That's as cool as the guy who does the roach art. Like, wow, this stuff, very creative.
Talented people.
So, what? We'll light this up.
Once it's really legal, I'm waiting on you to know.
Cody, you got to make a marijuana joint lighter now. A lighter to light the other joints with.
Very smart.
Multi-layered.
Hey, that's the first Jody joint. Yeah. Original show.
Jody's joint, yeah. A long time ago we did that show.
Oh,
That is so cool.
12 years ago?
No, don't.
What?
No,
Okay, I gotta go. Well, thrilled to be here all the time. All right.
Actually, that is true. This is my 12-year anniversary, April 1st in Vancouver.
Wow. Time flies, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's flying for me.
Flies when you're smoking weed. Time really flies when you're doing cocaine too. Like, wow.
Oh my god.
Where did the week go?
Yeah. Holy
Haven't
shit,
slept
is
in
there any
days.
more? Anyway, on
This
that
hamburger
happy
tastes
note.
like ashes.
So yeah, thanks for tuning in today. I hope you had a little fun, as I did. Thanks to everybody who joined us here in the room and helped us hotbox this fucking place.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey?
Smokey is a motherfucker in here.
And check out Fortune Sound Club tomorrow night. Is it
Tonight.
tomorrow night?
Tonight. Tonight. Fortune Sound Club.
If you can slide yourself in, it's
Tribe Called
sold
Red.
out.
A Tribe
Totally
Called
sold
Red.
out, but you might be able to slide yourself in somehow. You never know.
Tell them you know
Chicks,
someone.
pull out the tits, you know? Just kidding. Works for
No,
me.
no, that's always a good adage.
And, you know,
Even
big
if you
shout
don't
out
wanna
to
get
Fortune
in.
Sound Club for being such a fucking awesome venue. Like literally, it's my favorite venue.
I've only been once, and it was quite.
It's
quite an
it's
experience,
a
so.
great venue.
Yeah, tune in to the rest of the week's shows. Expert Joints coming up tomorrow. Is that tomorrow on Thursdays?
Yeah,
4
Thursday,
o'clock?
expert joints.
And Jer with the news on Friday at 4 o'clock. Check out Mick and Carly on Mondays.
Yep. And come out
4
April
o'clock.
17th, West Coast Smokers Bowl.
And then 420, Sunset Beach.
Yep.
Yeah. And thanks to everybody who joined in the chat. I hope that was fun for you too, and maybe you met some new people. Right? Get out a little bit. You met some new people, a new chat. Right? Yeah. Thanks a lot. I had fun. Thanks to Al for being here and bringing wonderful vibe and
Thanks
some
for having me.
fine marijuana.
And for all those in chat, you know, just go mingle with other people in other chats. You know, it's like create a huge community of chatters. Yeah, don't just limit yourself to one show or anything like that.
multi-chat.
Multi-chat.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say. And if you're addicted to something, cold turkey sandwiches once a day.
Work for me.
Thanks to Kush Queen for being here
Thanks for
and
having
bringing
me.
the turkey sandwiches.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
Stepping down from her throne, your throne.
Have you moved it from Scotland?
I did.
Yeah. Where is it?
Yeah.
Where is it now?
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Wow.
We haven't
Yeah,
got a
I've,
I wasn't
I've
expecting
taken a-
that one.
I've
I
taken
really
a liking
wasn't
to
expecting
there.
that.
Yeah, it's really nice. I really like it.
taken
Oh,
a
yeah, for
liking
sure.
to there. I shall dwell here. All right, and thanks to me for showing up.
We really couldn't do this show without
sure.
you.
No,
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I could make it on time,
glad you did.
but I did.
He was still in contemplative mode from Star Wars.
In limbo.
Contemplative limbo.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty shook up over the death of Han Solo. Oh, spoiler! Spoiler! No. The apparent death.
Yeah.
All right. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to wait
What
to
the hell are you
decide
talking
later. Anyway, let's get out of here.
All right.
Thanks
We're done?
for tuning in. Come see us next week. I'm Marijuana Man. Peace and pot.